Your main man returns, and today we're going to be going over the RPG products we bought since the last video, and I'm going to show you an unboxing live here on uh, YouTube, if you will, baby. So let's take a quick look here. I'm going to tell you guys a story here as I unbox. I'm going to keep this way for my private information, if you will. I was doing the video in front of my RPG, well, one of my RPG shelves, as I often do. However, I just I guess one of the other lights had burned out, and my gremlin had obfuscated the light in there, and I was trying to get it. The light bulb was completely gone, and looking around, we didn't have an extra one, so I got to go grab a light bulb. So I didn't feel like trying to dig around and find where he put it. So I just migrated here into the kitchen environment, if you will. So I'm gonna tell you a little story about this. So this is going to be, at least hopefully, the Savage Worlds Suede Horror Compendium, which we back that on. I guess it's not Kickstarter, but whatever their version of Kickstarter on their official site is. All right. So, all right. All right. So here we go. You can see that the horror campaign or horror companion, and we look at the book. Looks nice. Let's give it a smell test. Yeah, it doesn't have really much of a smell at all. It's got the little tassels in it. Now we have done a review of this product previous from the PDA and excuse the PDF, and that is a PDA right there, and some pictures of my son up here, and of course our magnet of the original um, Fiend Folio. That's one of my something I gave my son some years ago for Christmas. It's been sitting up there for a while, holding up some of his academic achievements, if you will. So we're looking at this. The artwork is good in here. We can see like a, I don't know, a Jason Voorhees esque sort of character. Looks nice. I like the old like the old film up here style. It's a good looking book. I hate that this is reused art. This art does appear inside of the normal Savage Rolls book, which I think was a really boneheaded move. I mean, I don't know how much more it would have cost them to generate one piece of art if they have many pieces of art in here. And quite honestly, I don't find this to be the most like, oh wow, this is really kind of making me interested. It's kind of an piece of art. I think the one for the Fantasy Compendium was significantly better, and was the one for the uh, superheroes as well. Now this, I'm calling them everything but what they are. The companion. I'm calling them compendiums, campaigns, maybe cordyceps. Who knows what it is, baby? But this book right here, there was a an issue, and I'm not like a giant fan of this because I've been asking them periodically, like once every 2 months or so. They told me initially that it was going to be out in the end of October, not October right now. I'm making the video, and I still have one more I have to upload, but it's 4:15, 24. So that should have been here. They said like at 10, somewhere 10:23. Um, and so I'm not like the kind of person that's going to bother you relentlessly about that sort of thing. But I checked on it because they had told me previously it was going to be out like in February, and apparently they did, but they didn't ship mine then. So that kind of annoyed me, and I'm just gonna read this. It says, so I wrote the girl here, Sarah Martinez, and it says, and there are apologies. It appears order. I won't tell you the number. The horror companion got stuck in the wrong status in our e-commerce system and did not go through to the warehouse when it should have. And it says, can you please, confirm my address and that sort of thing. So that was on last Monday, so April 8th. It's April 15th now, and like when you do something like that, to me, it's not like a huge deal, but it's a little irritating because they sent it media mail, which is the slowest form of shipping. Fortunately, I think they shipped it out of Tennessee and I live in Virginia, so it wasn't like amazingly far. Let me see if that is the case. But if I'd been on the other side of the country, media mail can take a significant amount of time. Yeah, Knoxville, Tennessee, which is not insanely far from me. I don't know. Knoxville is, I don't know, Nashville, like 10.5 hour drive. I'm not sure exactly how far Knoxville is. I've never driven there directly. I have been to Knoxville before, but I mean, it couldn't. I don't know, it couldn't be any more than maybe 12-hour drive. But when you screw something like that up and the guy's out of the product, like even for a small amount of time, I mean, you got to send like priority, man. Like that's kind of excessive, waiting after it's been processed for like an entire week. Which again, it's not a huge deal, but I mean, if I hadn't been on them, it would just still be sitting there, not having been shipped off. And who knows? They might have gone, oh well, we screwed up, and now all of our copies are gone. I guess you can wait till the next time we put copies out, or we'll refund you your money, even though you've been waiting for this for however long. So ever so slightly annoyed with the company. From that. They do have out on Kickstarter. It doesn't seem like it's on their website. They're their own like website Kickstarter. Maybe it'll be there later. Maybe they've abandoned that. I'm not sure. But I got this one, the horror, off of the one on I guess Pinnacle website, and I guess the girl I talked to there was she was very nice. Just I guess it is what it is. They have the science fiction, I guess, in being kickstarted right now. Probably be worth picking up. I have the other, so I'm gonna get that too, and I'm gonna show you some other stuff I have. But I'm, you know, a dumbass that buys way too many RPGs. I'll never read all the stuff I have, but yet I pick it up anyway because we gotta read this piece, that piece, and the next piece. So I was on a bit of a Savage Worlds. We also have some D&D stuff here. That's on the bottom of the pile, so it'll be last, I guess. So, oh, there's actually a lot in here. So we have Rippers Resurrected. This is the Game Master's Handbook. I'm going to do my best here not to blind you in my Chrome Dome here with the light right above me. There's actually too much light in this area, not too little. I said, oh, it's not. There's way less light in my other videos, and it looks like I'm in a shadow here, but it's just an overabundance of light. But hopefully you guys can bear with me. Frightful Expeditions. I'm in the process of need to get new glasses, so you have to forgive me if I take a little bit more time to look at that. But being a single father with full custody, there's like a trillion things I got to take care of. So sometimes my stuff gets pushed to the back, but it's all good. Player's Guide, Rippers, and all these books. I think these are brand new. I don't know. This is the Rippers screen. I also bought one of my friends a bunch of Rippers books for his birthday recently. So if the moon you're watching, hello, I know you do watch the videos at all times and continuously on a loop. So the Rippers Lodge. Um, so this Rippers Lodge is interesting. So it's like almost like a well, you can see a map on the back, and the other side's like almost like a not Heroescape. I don't know. I don't remember what the game's called. I haven't played it in God forever, but it's like a D&D esque game that has something like that. And then we have this Ripper's book here as well. Lord of the Underworld. I bought them all like together in groups, lots. So I don't know exactly like how much each one of them cost. I've had these for a minute. The artwork inside this book looks pretty nice. I think we got like some more, probably what they call Savage Tales, which for me generally are fairly useless. I'm not much of a module runner, for some pretty obvious reasons, right? I can make all my own stuff up. I mean, every once in a while I might, and honestly, I do this very rarely, but I almost never do this. I was gonna say I might look through them for ideas. I pretty much don't do that though. I probably should try to do something to get some value out of them. So this is the last parsec. This is the screen. And they're good. They're good looking screens, so they fold out like this. These are apparently from the last iteration of Savage Worlds, so I don't know exactly how valuable all the screens will be in terms of the utilitarian value during the game, not anything else. The last parsec. This is the base book right here. These are hardcovers. Not super super large, but a lot of the Savage World books aren't. They have some kind of weird different like I guess they call them the sentient races, so just different things you can play, I guess. I don't know very much about Last Parsec, and who knows if I'll ever even play it, but it looks kind of interesting. I guess it's sort of planetary romance or like space opera, which those are not my favorite role-playing genres, or certainly not my favorite genre to watch. It's not the type of science fiction I'm into. I like speculative evolution and you know like science fiction that's near on hand. You know, so this is a softback book. I don't know. This looks like it was probably came with a module. Would be my guess. Oh, maybe not, because this one says, it probably did, because this says $20 on it, and this 32 pages. I don't think they would charge $20 for that. That doesn't seem like a great deal. Then we have this one. There's at least one more book from this line. You know, it's $25. I don't know how much I paid for these, but it was definitely less than, like all of these books together look like they'd be over $100. Just looking at the price, like $25, $20, $25. Yeah, so I must have gotten a pretty good deal on them. That's probably why I picked them up. Just green for Flash Gordon, another game that I will probably never play. But this one was, I think, super cheap. The Flash Gordon one, like super cheap. That's probably why I picked it up. It was all of these books were together in one lot, and I can remember watching Flash Gordon. In fact, I can remember watching when I was literally 4 over at some girls I used to play with when I was a little kid named Amy and Angel, and yeah, so I was very young at that point. Obviously, being 4, they were a little older than me, and I remember that we watched that together at their house. The first time I watched it, I've seen it subsequently a few other times. I think back in the '80s, there were lots of like Logan's Run, which I can barely even remember now, but I know I saw it so many times that I became to like actually hate Logan's Run because it's on all the time. And something has happened there with the camera, so I don't know. I guess that's just going to be what it's going to be. And we have, I think it's, I think all the books up here cause it to have a bit of an issue. So here's the base Flash Gordon game. And I don't know if I'll even ever do anything with those, but we picked them up. My Savage Worlds collection, you can see from some of the other videos here, it's actually gotten quite large. Um, the base game, the Suede game, I like quite a bit. I do like Savage Worlds. I think it makes combat fast and it makes handling a lot of things fast, and the chase rules I like. So we've done that. My friend Steve has run. He's on to his second Savage Worlds game now. He doesn't run like super long games, but the first one was, I don't know, maybe 10, 11 sessions, something like that. And the current one we're on maybe is 4 sessions now, something like that. We're doing Wild West with like a slight horror, a slight bit of monsters in there, but not like big, like just barely like what's going on. Like, so we're sort of people on the cusp like of the real world, but there's some supernatural type stuff in there, which I very much like that type of horror. It's been very creepy, very spooky. The last session actually was the best of them, and they've all been good, but that was a particularly good one. So we have Races of Stone. I bought this at one local game store around here, Tower Games. I found this there. I actually don't have this one, so it was $20. And this isn't. It's not exactly mint condition. It's slightly scuffed, but like the binding and everything looks. I mean, it looks really good. It looks like it's just set on a shelf in a way that was probably not the absolute best. I mean, it's possible that it's just played with probably not very much. I don't know what is in here. Goliath, gnomes, dwarves. So we're getting a lot of use out of this one, as you can imagine. I have the rest of them though, like the Race of Destiny, the Race of the Wild, the Racist of Dragon. I think there's just 4, but I have all the rest of them. So I'm just being a completionist dork. I went ahead and pick that up. And I'm not really. I don't have like the complete. I don't have that sickness that bad. Just like a smidge, just a smidge. Um, there's lots of things like if I'm like I'll never use that. But Race of the Stone wouldn't be for me, but it would be on hand for players that might want to play something that you know I would maybe be less than less than thrilled. And I don't mean gnomes. I don't mean gnomes, so don't get it twisted. I also picked this up, Ultimate Feats Rulebook 2. I like um, Mongoose pretty well. It looked like it had some interesting stuff, and this one I got like a really good deal. That's probably why I picked it up. I think it was like the cover price is $34.95, and that was from many years ago. It's slightly worn, but it's more than. It's definitely more than just shelfware, but barely. Like it was probably in someone's collection and probably opened like twice or something of that nature. Uh, I do AD&D and I do 3.5 when I do D&D. So I haven't done 3.5. The current one D&D game I'm running is AD&D, and the last one was 3.5. but it's very light 3.5 because my son was really just learning at that point, so I didn't want to make it too overwhelming. And I had one returning player after like 25 years, and another one that was brand new. So I had a lot of newer players in the game to D&D, so I didn't want to make it really overwhelming, and so we kept feats and stuff like that mostly out of the game, just a little bit. So that's what we've picked up. Those are the current pickups for the role playing game collection. So you guys can let me know what you think about those. Let me know if you have any of those books, particularly there in the comments. Let me know what you've been picking up recently yourselves in the comment. And as always, now and forever, I am your main man.